Guys, I see something happening right now in the charts that is going to leave a lot of people wrecked. Guys, it is all a trap and it is unfolding right in front of our eyes. Guys, today I need to talk you through what you need to know if you're holding any crypto, if you're holding any kind of financial assets, if you're holding any kind of real estate. Guys, make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. I'll go over everything. Also, I will update you on the massive Bitcoin whale. He has actually started to take some significant moves here with his trade. So he closed the XRP trade, as you can see here. But yeah, I will go through this all in the video. So guys, stick around. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. And what you can see here for Bitcoin is that yesterday, you can see we had a huge green candle. We broke away from this consolidation, huge green candle up to $107,000. Absolutely amazing. But what I also said yesterday, guys, is that it is the weekend, so be careful of any kind of manipulation here, and it is easier during the weekend to cause the price to swing in either direction. So we saw a big candle which immediately got retraced all the way back here to now again once inside of this consolidation. So we found support at the very least at $102,600. So this continues to be insanely strong support here at the yellow dotted line. So that is great to see. And this is 102,600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times we've been supported in the last 2 weeks or so. So very significant, and I will continue to keep you updated on this one as well. Now, before we talk about the huge thing that's happening right now, which is going to leave a lot of people wrecked, I want to quickly talk about altcoins. So Ethereum had a significant red candle. We lost the support. Significant red candle down to the next level of support here for my, or at my orange line, okay? If you look at Solana also, Solana broke support and you can see that we're approaching 157. So also Doge is resting on support right now. XRP has broken support, right now trending towards the downside. And I mean, we knew that the markets were going to be shaky today on Monday because a lot of people were expecting a reaction from the downgrade from Moody's. So as you know, guys, Friday evening, Moody's came out and said that the US is actually, the credit rating of the US is not as good as it was in the past. So this would cause a lot of drama today. We already knew about that. I talked about that in my video yesterday, but still, I'm not closing any of my trades, and I will talk about the reason why. Nonetheless, this has caused the futures market to go down, and we can see now that we are at the support at $5,900, my orange line. Now the question is, are we going to hold up the traditional market price here, or are we going to break down lower? Well, here's the thing. The real markets opens up in a few hours later on today. So that is when you're going to see the biggest reaction to whatever is going to happen here. Now, even if we come down lower, guys, as you know, I'm still in my trades. In fact, this kind of volatility is what I want to see. And I will be buying on the way down here if we come down lower. For Bitcoin, $100,000 is also a major support level if we break down from 102,600. So yes, we can go down lower, but a lot of people are extremely fearful right now in regards to this downgrade and in regards to what's happening with the bonds. So you can see that the treasury yield is going up. So the 10-year, you can see it's trending upwards here. We're right now at 4.5%. But look at this, the 30-year. The 30-year bond is right now, I mean, it tapped above 5%. Right now it's 4.9%. But why is this a huge problem? Because, as you know, guys, in the stock market, the average you can expect is about between like 6 to 8% in yearly yield. Now, if you are able to put your money into something that is guaranteed, so to speak, and get 5%, why would you risk your money on the stock market for an additional 3% when you can get a 5% guaranteed? So this is why the markets are shaky right now and why it's a big problem when the treasury yield goes up, because that incentivizes people to take their money out of the stock market, out of real estate, out of commodities, out of everything, and just put it into these treasury yields or treasury bonds. And this causes a big strain on the economy as well, because when this goes up, also interest rates tends to follow along with it. So with higher interest rates, it is already putting massive pressure on the economy. Look at this, guys. Housing affordability has rarely been worse. So 94 million American households cannot afford a $400,000 home, according to a National Association of Home Builders analysis. Now, this is something that with higher interest rates, of course, this becomes a problem. But here's the thing that few people understand, and this is the number one reason why I think that most people are going to get wrecked. So most people are going to look at this and they're going to say, okay, sell everything. We are going into a massive crash. But here's the thing. There's one massive thing that the Fed and the governments and whenever there's a crisis, there's only one way to usually solve that, and that is to cut interest rates, stimulate the economy, and put on the money printer. And guys, they're going to do I am betting at least on them doing the same thing this time around. So they will lower the interest rates, they will put on the money printer, they will stimulate the economy, and their assets are going to go up as well. What happened during COVID? They said, okay, the world is going to crash, the supply chains and everyone are going to stay at home, there will be no productivity. But what did they actually do? They, put on the money printer and they started to deploy insane capital into the markets, which meant that we had one of the biggest bull markets ever. So this is how they're going to do it again, and they're going to drop the interest rates, and that means that the yields here on the bonds is also going to go down. It's going to be mirroring it somehow, and that means that the assets are going to go up. So not financial advice, but I would not sell my Bitcoin right now. In fact, Bitcoin, the thesis for holding Bitcoin became even stronger right now with all of this uncertainty. So that brings me into, before we talk about the massive whales, crazy moves have been happening here. Look at this Bitcoin dominance as well. So altcoins are selling off, Bitcoin dominance is going back up, but this is where we saw a huge rejection at 64.7% at my orange line. And if we come up to this point again, we will at least have some kind of reaction here as well, which means that altcoins could have some nice pumps again once we start to come close and hit this point. So I'm not selling my altcoins. I think that they are due for some nice pumps. Yes, we need to be a bit careful with which altcoins, but for my altcoins that I'm holding, things seems pretty fine. Like, I'm not concerned. And let us now talk about my main coins here. So $400,000 in profit on my main dynamic strategies. That's great. For my bull market portfolio, I'm down $41,000. However, the volatility here is amazing, and for every day that goes by, the algorithm is making more profit. What I will say is that, that I only deployed half of my money, and people are asking me, when are you going to deploy the rest of the 50%? I am going to have patience with that, guys. I'm going to wait. If we come down significantly lower, then I am going to deploy more, and I'm going to add that next 50%. But for now, everything is pretty fine. I still think that we can have a big bounce. But if we come down lower, I will be deploying that. But I will, of course, keep you updated on everything that's going on. And if you want to start to use my trading strategies yourself, first sign up to Pionex. You have the link in the description. Sign up here, claim the deposit bonuses, and then you have my main coins right here. And then you have my bull market portfolio as well. So you can use any of these links here. If you want to use it for your favorite altcoin, click on this link. It's going to take you to over 180 other altcoins where you can also use the trading strategies. Now, let us talk about this insane trader, guys. So he took some very urgent action yesterday. First, when Bitcoin was pumping, he closed his XRP position and he took profit on Bitcoin and Pepe as well. So if you go to recent fills, you can see right here that he closed the longs for K Pepe, or Pepe, 1,000 Pepe essentially. You can see that he did it for Bitcoin as well here, took profit on Bitcoin. And you can see that he did it on XRP. So you can see XRP actually at a loss, but yeah, he closed all of his XRP at a loss. But what he did then is that when Bitcoin went down, he started to add even more, guys. Look at this. $500 million worth of Bitcoin in this position right now. So he's massively bullish. He's massively long. Absolutely insane position, this one. But yeah, let us keep our eyes on this, guys, because if he goes down to essentially $98,000, slightly below that, he is going to get liquidated on this entire position and lose everything. So I will keep you updated on this. Of course, this will add some selling pressure also if we come closer to the liquidation price, as people will get fearful for this position to have this being dumped into the market all at once. But let us keep our eyes on this, guys. Of course, people are going to try to hunt this position as well to try to get this guy liquidated when you have such a huge position publicly in a trade. But I will keep you updated on this, guys. Absolutely insane. But yeah, this is, yeah, it's pretty insane, guys. But for me, I'm not closing my trades. I think that we are very healthy here. I don't think that we're going to see a massive crash. And for the people that are selling, anticipating the crash, they tend to be on the wrong side. But let's see, guys, not financial advice. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.